What is going on, Cuse Nation? Welcome back to yet another episode of Bleed Orange. My name is Landon Cook, and today we are joined in alongside Dante Melfi. And today we'll be breaking down the Syracuse men's basketball quality win that you need to get into March Madness against Virginia Tech. How you doing, Dante?
Good. How are you?
Pretty good. If you haven't checked out the video we had just posted, it was a Buffalo Bills versus Kansas City Chiefs preview and predictions. So make sure to go check that out. So, Dante, what were your initial thoughts coming out of that game? We seemed to, quite frankly, demolish them in the second half.
Yeah.
What did you think about that?
I think we started off a little slow on the defensive side in the first half. We were shooting okay. And then I think the second half, our defense picked up a lot. And Dolajai, Guerrier, and Griffin started playing pretty good. We didn't really get a lot out of Gerard and Buddy, but I think Richmond they did good. So
Dari Richmond coming off the bench, and he's really proving Jim Boeheim wrong that it's not just a 5-man game. It's more than 5 players that you always have to play. So my initial thought on that game was we've just blown a whole lot of games. As soon as we play good quality, good teams, we seem to keep it good. We're good with them until the end, and we seem to break off the hatchet. But in this one, it just seemed like Boeheim and his team clicked. It was, we're up by 9. This is it. They score a 3-pointer, they're right back in the game. And maybe they did a few times trying to get back into the game, but we just shut them back up. We just wouldn't give them a chance to make a comeback. And that's what you need to do to be a good quality March Madness team. And this team is really, really good. Yeah. So it took a while to get used to it with all this COVID stuff, I believe. But I think this team is at its top notch. What do you think, Dante?
I agree with that. The beginning, we've had 2 shutdowns or like pauses because of COVID. Buddy, I don't know if you heard, but Boeheim announced when he was doing his post-game last game against Miami, he said that Buddy and Gerard both did have the COVID virus. So,
oh, really?
Yeah, they both had it.
Oh,
during the latest shutdown, the Buffalo, the last time I played Buffalo, when we played Buffalo, I guess they must have got it during that.
Wow.
So,
that's very interesting. So they played with it. Well, they didn't play with it. They had to quarantine for 14 days. But thank God they did quarantine because it could have turned into a whole lot worse, you know?
Yeah.
So I was thinking we could go over a few key players in this game. And, I had to tell you guys, my apologies for not doing the live streams. There's a problem with YouTube Live. We're trying to fix it. If I cannot, for some reason, we will be going on Twitch. I'm not too sure how it's all going to work out, but we're going to find a way. I'd like to go over a few key players. Is that good with you, Dante?
Yeah, that's good with me.
All right, so I'd like to say Quincy Guerrier. If I was to give a most improved player on this team, it would go to Quincy Guerrier 100%. He just I've been telling everyone, and I've been saying to everyone since he's a freshman, I said, oh man, this guy can't shoot, but he has the potential to be better than O'Shea Brissett. And he's been playing better than O'Shea Brissett did. He's been shooting great from the 3 in the past few weeks. He's just been playing outstanding. Double-doubles in every game, except he was 1 rebound away from a double-double again this game. But he's just been playing outstanding, putting up remarkable numbers on every category. He's 3rd in the ACC in rebounding. He's a great key player for the Orange right now, especially because Barama Sidibe is injured.
Yeah, I agree with you. I don't think since Sidibe is injured, if Guerrier wasn't getting rebounds and putting up double-doubles almost every game, I don't think we'd be in this position with a 9-4 record.
Especially without Sidibe, you know? Another key player, and he has not been performing to his greatest abilities in the past few games. Of course, you've Alan Griffin. Today he had 15 points in a remarkable number of 7 blocks. Now, if I was to give him the greatest ability on this team, what he does best, it would have to be blocking the basketball. We would have lost to Buffalo if it wasn't for that game-saving block. He just comes up clutch when you need him to, and he's that Tyus Battle. He's that Elijah Hughes of our team, except we have more key players than we did last year. Last year was all Elijah Hughes, and that's it.
Yep, all him.
This year, it's Quincy Guerrier, Alan Griffin, Kadari Richmond, Joe Girard a little bit, Buddy Boeheim. There's so many different keys, and I believe that if we played a full 36 games, our record would be remarkably good. So what were your initial thoughts on Alan Griffin today?
He's been pretty solid through this whole season. I think he's averaging like 18 points a game.
It went down to 16 points, I think.
Yeah, he can pass the ball pretty well. He can play defense. Obviously, got 7 blocks. He can rebound. He's a good all-around player. I think he's in the beginning of the season. They were asking, who do you think replaces Elijah Hughes? I really think it's Alan Griffin.
Yeah, and I'm gonna say one more thing. Alan Griffin has been playing outstanding. Joseph Girard is not. Joseph Girard is in what you'd call right now a sophomore slump. At worst, at best, a sophomore slump. 5 points today, 2 of which were from the line, or 4. 0 for 3 from the 3-point line. Terrible game. And it's been like that every single game except for one. And that one was in our last game. And besides that, it's all just been bad. And that's where Kadari Richmond comes in. And here's the thing. I love Kadari Richmond. If I was to pick a player that I love the most on this team, besides Quincy Guerrier, because I love Guerrier. I told everyone from the start he was going to be like O'Shea Brissett, but better. Kadari Richmond. If he can learn how to shoot really well, he's going to be the best player besides Carmelo Anthony in Syracuse history. He's a freshman right now. And his defensive skills are better than any other player ever. Ever. Like, he's that good at defense. And his ball handling skills as a freshman, oh, man. If you were to tell me this guy wasn't going to be like Carmelo Anthony as a senior, or even maybe he won't even be here as a senior if he learns how to shoot and go to the NBA.
No.
Seriously. He's that good.
Yeah, he's good at getting to the basket. He can play defense.
Man, if he could shoot, I'd put the ball in his hands every drive and just let him do it.
I know.
I love Kadari Richmond.
Yeah, if he knew how to shoot, he probably
can shoot though. He's been progressively getting better. Today, 1 for 1 from the line, 1 for 1 from 3-point range. He's 5 for 6 from the floor, 100% from the free throw line. He's pretty good.
Yeah.
He got in a little foul trouble in the first half with 3 fouls, but then came in the second half and did his thing. Kadari Richmond, and mark my words, and come back here in 3 years, and I'll look back on this and say, I was right. Kadari Richmond is the future of Syracuse basketball. I'm calling it right now. Now, do you think I'm crazy for getting this high on Kadari, or do you think he's just another good player?
No, what he's been showing me as a freshman, coming off the bench, helping us a lot, coming off the bench when we're struggling. Like the Miami game, we're down 11-2. He comes in, boosts our energy level.
Yeah.
We end up winning by 20.
Yeah.
He could be the next Carmelo Anthony.
And everyone's going to be hating us in the comments for saying this. But when you really think about it, he's going to be better than Tyus Battle. And I'm saying that with confidence. He's going to be better than Elijah Hughes. He's going to be better than a lot of players. And Kadari Richmond, I'm going to come back here in 3 years and look back on this. No matter where I am, I'm going to look back on this. And I'm going to say, Kadari Richmond, wow, he's going to the NBA. Yeah, he's that good. All he has to do is shoot, and that's what comes in his 3 years of working,
I agree.
So that is basically the end of our post game. What else? What else did you take off of this game, Dante?
Uh, Guerrier, 20 points, 9 rebounds, almost another double-double. Played great. Marek Dolezaj had 18 points and 6 rebounds, which is pretty good.
Yeah, Dolezaj is really good. He's been
Yeah.
performing.
And then
When
Gerard, just
yeah,
over 3 from the 3, 5 points. And then Buddy Boeheim, 3 for 13 from the field, 1 for 5 from 3-point range, and 7 points. And
yeah,
we still
and
came out with a win with those two people
against
playing.
the 16th best team in the nation. Everyone's sitting here right now watching this. We beat the 16th best team in the nation, and we didn't even play a great game. Imagine if everyone on our team had an amazing game.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Yeah,
Now, you go ahead, Dante.
I think when we play 16th team in the country is very good, but I think if we were to go pretty far in the tournament, if we even do make it, we need them to start shooting better.
Now, before this game had happened, the Orange were last 4 out, and I know it's early to look at March Madness, but we were the last 4 out, and I'd assume when Joe Lunardi puts up his new bracket, it's going to be the Orange in either the first 4 or an 11 seed or 10 seed. So
I can see that.
Overperforming. Oh, it was a great overall game by the offense and defense. And one more thing I'd like to bring up before we go into a preview for Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
We usually play 36 games. This year we're playing 25. How many wins do you think the Orange need to get into the March Madness?
Well, we're playing 25. I'm going to say we need at least 17 or 18 wins.
17 or 18. Actually, that's literally what I was going to say. 17 or 18 going into the ACC tournament.
Yeah.
Going into the ACC tournament. And then, you know what? 17 wins could just get you in.
Mm-hmm.
Is usually
you can go.
Usually in a normal year, if you get 18 wins and get 2 wins in the ACC tournament, you're in. So maybe 16 wins if you want to get 2 wins in the tournament. If you get 18 and 8, you're in. So I don't know. It's an interesting year, and I'm interested to see how many wins you're really going to need. And I'll look up the percentages, and I'll have the answer for all that. But what do you think, Dante?
Well, if we're gonna just quickly talk about the ACC tournament, quick, or the ACC standing, I really do think Syracuse is a top 3 or 4 team in the ACC, because it was Virginia's first, Virginia Tech, then Louisville, and then other teams. I think we could be that 4th, because Duke's not really playing that good. Wake Forest isn't playing that good. Georgia Tech's playing pretty good. Pittsburgh, I forgot Pittsburgh. They're playing pretty good.
Oh, man, Pittsburgh. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we have a good shot at winning the ACC tournament if we keep playing.
We might, but then you have Louisville.
Louisville.
They're a sleeper team. They're a sleeper team. I hate Louisville with every bone in my body. Rutgers and Louisville. There's nothing I'd rather hate more besides Belichick and Brady.
Yeah.
That's it. And when I say Louisville, I don't like Louisville because they're just cheaters, flat out in my mind. They're just known for cheating. And every time I look at their players, I just say, oh, man, what are they doing now? You know? All right. So anything else to add on to this Virginia Tech game?
I mean, if you look at Virginia Tech stats, their best 3-point shooter in the ACC right now, I think it was Jalen Cone or something.
Oh,
he shot 1 for 9 from 3 points.
1 for 9.
Pretty lucky there, or just our defense played.
Our defense was playing pretty tight, and I believe it's because Kadari Richmond was in the game.
Yes.
Usually, if Gerard or Buddy's in the game, they just stick their hand up, and Richmond got all over their face today, and that's another reason why I love Richmond.
And then Virginia Tech really had one good player, Naeem Aline or something.
Yeah,
he scored 20. He was their only really good player. They had 20, and then another guy had 10, 9, and 2. That was really it. All they had.
Yeah. So the Orange take down Virginia Tech Hokies 78-60, the 16th best team in the nation in the Carrier Dome. And now we will take a look at Virginia Tech. And now we're playing at Virginia. And I can't tell you the last time I remember the Orange beating Virginia at Virginia. It could be a first in a while. So, of course, you have Virginia, top of the ACC right now, 9-2. And then, of course, you have your Orange, 8th in the ACC with 9-4 record. Going into this game, we could be a sleeper team. I'm sure Virginia will be favored. They're 13 in the nation. I also wouldn't be surprised if you see the Orange in the conversation of top 25. If you guys disagree, I'm just saying the only thing that would hurt us was our Pittsburgh losses. Not a great game there, but other than that, this Virginia team is good. And the key players going into this game, I'd like to start with you, Dante.
I think a key player would be Kadari Richmond coming off the bench. If we're not shooting the ball, playing defense, and scoring at the bucket that well, I think you put Kadari in 8 minutes into the game, 5 minutes maybe. He probably will boost us up. He's good. And then I also think Quincy Guerrier.
Oh, yeah.
If he can get points and get rebounds, those are what I think are the key players to this game.
No, I'm not lying. I'll show you my paper where I wrote it down. I have the same players that you have down. I have Kadari Richmond. Of course, I love Kadari. He's the greatest, and he will give us that boost. He will drive. He will shoot. Hopefully he shoots well. And then, of course, you have Quincy Guerrier. Hopefully he gets another double-double in this game. It would be outstanding. He could top the ACC in rebounding on Monday night. It's just going to be a great game. I really think it is. And if the Orange do beat Virginia, we are serious contenders for March Madness and serious contenders to come in first in the ACC.
Yeah, and
so there's a lot of ways to look at this.
Top 25 because we'll have a record of 10-4, beating back-to-back 16 and 13 seeds.
It's really great talking about this. And after a terrible football season, not the greatest one, 1-10. I don't know. It's gonna be a fun ride to see if it comes down to the end like every year. Now. Yep. Score predictions for this game. Dante, what do you got?
Virginia is very good at playing defense. I really don't think it's going to be that high scoring. I feel like Syracuse will win this game 55-49.
All right, and when I take a look at it, yes, Virginia has a great defense. The Orange have a great defense, but the Orange are very good at shooting the three. And Richmond has great dribbling skills, can create space and dunk it out to the corner for a three. I think this will be a high-scoring game. I think Virginia will hit a bunch of threes on us, getting a slight lead into halftime. And then at the end of the game, I have 84-78. I have the Orange taking down Virginia and being ranked 23 in the nation and almost going to first in the ACC. Because I'm not too sure who we play right after this one. I believe it's Georgia Tech.
It is NC State.
NC State. We have a real possibility of getting first in the ACC in the next week. So it's going to be great. I'm really excited for it. Anything else to add, Dante?
Just hopefully Gerard and Buddy can shoot the three better because we really rely on the 3-point when we play good teams other than getting rebounds. But hopefully they shoot good. And that's really
Hopefully they do. And if Gerard has a great game, I'm going to tell you right now, the Orange are a scary team.
If we can shoot, get rebounds like we've been, and just if Gerard and Buddy can shoot.
And Richmond driving with his abilities, creating space. Griffin keeping his steady mentality. Guerrier, double-doubles. Boeheim, Jim Boeheim's son, hitting threes.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
On one more point is a lot of people don't really like Boeheim because he only plays zone defense, a 2-3 zone. I personally like him. I like the 2-3 zone.
I love the 2-3 zone, but I feel as if sometimes you need to switch it up if you're down and they're shooting all over you. But I do love the 2-3 zone. I think it works great.
I like it because if you're going against like let's say like Virginia, they're pretty good at shooting, but like a Louisville, I was watching the Louisville Duke game today. Louisville's not very good at shooting. Like when you play a 2-3 zone, you technically kind of make them shoot.
Yeah.
And that's good because they can't really shoot. But I feel like when we play against like good shooting teams, like Virginia Tech is pretty good usually. I feel like sometimes we should have switched to man, but the zone works. So
As if though Kadari Richmond did stop the 3-point shot today, and that's why. Like I
yeah,
feel as if Boeheim or Gerard, one of them should be out at all times, and
yes.
Kadari should be in a lot.
I would not be surprised if Gerard keeps playing like this and later in the season
Kadari starts
benched for Kadari Richmond.
I feel as if Gerard does not practice well in today or tomorrow in light practice. I feel as if Kadari has a shot at starting. If you just take a look at it, Kadari had 13 points, 100% from the 3-point line, nearly 100% from the floor. And then Gerard, you have 0% from the 3-point line. You have one for, what was it? What was Gerard's from the field stats?
2 for 5.
2 for 5. And then you have 5 points. Can kind of see who's the better player here.
Yeah,
at least until he gets out of his sophomore slump.
I think I also like Kadari because he's bigger than Gerard because he'll have more like length and strength at the top of the 2-3 zone to get out on shooters and contest them. Unlike Gerard, I don't know.
It's going to be a close one in Virginia. The Orange go on to take the 13th best team in the nation, first in the ACC, and have a shot to prove themselves for March Madness. Don't be surprised if Joe Lunardi chooses the Orange in the first 4 because after beating a team like Virginia Tech, it is a serious conversation. On that note, anything else, Dante?
I do not.
All right, and that is a so long, and we will be watching from our couches on Monday night unless we get our Twitch going. And always remember, let's go Syracuse. Oh, and one more thing. If you're not a football fan, it's okay. But if you are a football fan, tomorrow night, Buffalo. Let's go Buffalo. See you guys.
Yeah.